Good morning, everyone, and welcome into the Bozard Ford Studio for the St. Johns County Show that's on in the morning. We have Superintendent Asplund responding back to the Education Commissioner, the County Commission to decide the fate of the outpost. A former city mayor remembers the 1998 wildfires. We'll get to all that more, but first we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's been a St. Augustine tradition built on trust, family values, and doing things the right way. For 75 years, generations of drivers have relied on Bozard for quality vehicles and honest service. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, no surprise pricing, and the Drive Happy guarantee, Bozard makes car buying truly effortless. That's the Bozard difference. Their award-winning, state-of-the-art facility features 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment maintenance, over 40 mobile service vans to bring the Bozard difference to you, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the prestigious Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln delivers hometown service with national-level excellence. You'll find friendly faces, great pricing, and a better buying experience just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, a big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We have Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, BNS Signs, Canaan Law Attorneys, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and Sonny's Barbecue. You can support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. You can follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, and download the app from the Apple App Store. All right. Good morning, fellas. How we doing?
Hey, happy Tuesday. You know what that means, right?
What?
It's almost the weekend.
Almost
the weekend.
There.
So
that's awesome. How you doing?
I'm great. I don't know if Blake is actually fully awake yet. So Blake, are you fully awake now? Because Blake thought it was the weekend.
Yeah, he did think it was the weekend. Oopsie.
I text and said, "You're awake." He calls and goes, "I thought it was the weekend." So he really took the almost the weekend thing to heart.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah. It was not fun.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I'm here.
We love you, Blake.
Thank you.
How fast were you driving?
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. There's a couple cops out in the parking lot waiting for him.
Do we have a question of the day?
We do have a question today. Today is National Superhero Day.
Oh.
All right. So I want to know, what would your superhero name be?
Oh, my superhero name?
What would your superhero name be?
You got to go with alliteration. So, Amazing Amanda? I don't know.
Amazing Amanda.
I don't know.
Do you think you'd be a superhero or a supervillain?
Superhero.
Yeah.
I don't think I could. I don't think I could do the villain stuff.
Mm-hmm. No.
Maybe like petty revenge, maybe on occasion, but like full on villainy, I don't think I could do.
Yeah, not full on villain. Part-time villain. Yeah.
You never go full villain.
Yeah. Blake, do you have any idea what your superhero name would be?
Please make it be better than mine.
Yeah, that was pretty horrible.
I definitely ain't gonna be critical of it right now because I'm still thinking right here. So Dad, you want to go ahead and answer first?
Yeah, and I'm. This one's a tough one to do.
I know,
because like it plays into my ego really hard. Because we all know I have a huge ego,
and we can't do that too early in the morning.
You know, so and I think I got to play. Mm-hmm. I think I would be like. I think I'd be the prospector.
The prospector.
Yeah. Prospector, because I kind of have that look. I was gonna go, if I leaned into my ego, I was gonna go to like Silver Fox type situation, but I couldn't think of anything clever with that. Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna go with especially today. I kind of have a prospector look today.
You definitely do today.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
I'm going with the prospector. You know, I could carry a pick. And, that could be my weapon of choice.
Okay.
So.
I don't know.
And throw gold at them.
Yeah. Throw gold at them. So
back.
They'll learn a lesson and be happy.
And I can give it to the poor. Give the gold.
So it's boomerang gold.
Boomerang gold that I can give to the poor.
Punishes the bad, and then you can gift it to the. Okay. All right. I'll go with that. I got nothing. I mean, teacher. I don't know. Learn you a lesson. Sure. Why not? Blake, what do you got?
I'll probably go with the I'll probably go pedantic, man, because I'll be like super focused on just getting like everything done first before I move on to saving someone else.
Yeah. You're like, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? There's 90 people dying over here. Are you sure
Please
you're all right?
confirm that you're okay so
Yeah.
I can leave.
Yeah. So I can go to the next person.
You're kind of like Baymax. You can't power down until they say they're satisfied with their care.
Yeah. And then Prospector Man's like, come on.
I'm seeing a very similar image in this crisis situation to what happens here at about, 7:53?
Yeah.
I get it.
No, I was kind this morning, Blake. I knew you were stressed.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there was no dad moment.
There was no dad energy.
Yeah.
It was only grace today. And that
Yeah.
was special to see.
Sometimes it has to be that way.
I'm gonna, and I definitely consider myself lucky because I know if it happens tomorrow, I'm gonna be replaced by Clay.
I'll call Clay. Ian. All right. Now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
It's gonna be all right.
All right, that quick check of the weather brought to you by Ben 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's hidden gems, Ben 39, located inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street. With over 95 boutique wines, including 50 rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker, Ben 39 is perfect for a date night or unwinding after work. Enjoy wines by the glass or the bottle in a peaceful courtyard setting with live music adding to the atmosphere. Open daily 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop in and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Ben 39, your taste to discover. All right, buckle up, baby. It's a Hit the Blake's traffic report.
Traffic was very open when I was getting here this morning.
Luckily.
Thankfully, only one red light for me, so that's pretty good.
All right. I did get word something's happening over on San Marco. So all
right.
If anyone has any information of what's happening at San Marco, there was like 3 officers and EMS headed south on San Marco. So.
Yeah. And we also did get a report from what happened yesterday at Cartwheel Bay Avenue and County Road 210, according to the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. There was a crash that knocked down a power pole, but looks like but officially this morning all roadways are open and fully operational.
Awesome. All right, that Hit the Blake traffic report brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard the Old Town Trolley and explore over 500 years of St. Augustine history in the most fun and flexible way possible. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and more than 100 points of interest, including Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Potter's Wax Museum. Enjoy open-air views, all-day hop-on, hop-off access, plus free parking at the Old Jail and Welcome Centers with your ticket. When the sun goes down, experience the city's spooky side with the Ghost and Gravestones tour. Locals ride free with full fare guests through hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine one stop at a time. All right, moving into the news. County commissioners to decide fate of the outpost. A shuttered food truck park on Old Moultrie Road is heading to 2 critical hearings that could decide its fate, and a demolished building may be at the center of it all. The outpost at 2505 Old Moultrie Road was ordered closed by a county magistrate after code enforcement found food trucks operating without a paved parking area, restroom facilities, or a primary structure on site. That missing structure appears to be the key issue. Owner Justin Talarami demolished an existing building on the property as part of the longer-term redevelopment plan. But without the structure standing, the county argues the property lost its status as a legally improved commercial site. The designation required to host food trucks under Land Development Code. Talarami disagrees, pointing to the property's commercial intensive zoning, existing utilities, paved access, and a 50-year history of commercial use. He argues the county is now treating an already improved property like raw land, demanding up to $2 million in redevelopment work just to be a temporary host to food trucks. He also points to a 2016 Board of County Commissioners decision that confirmed food trucks are permitted under improved commercial intensive property under existing code. Now, 2 dates could change everything. The outpost is confirmed to be on the agenda for May 5th, Board of County Commissioners meeting, where commissioners could direct staff to find a path to reopen the site. That's followed by a magistrate hearing on May 13th, where the legal compliance question will be revisited. the magistrate's order remains in effect. Failure to comply could result in fines and liens against the property. The May 5th Board of County Commissioners meeting can be streamed on the 904 Now app at GovTV in that section. All right.
All right. This is a challenging one because I am a property rights person, but there are guidelines to go through, and in my opinion, with the magistrate ruling the way the magistrate did, he didn't follow those guidelines. I don't know all the details.
Yeah.
And the county has a development review that they go through when you start a business. You go there and they say, here's your criteria of what you have to do, and this is what businesses do.
Yeah.
I owned and operated a food truck. I had a facility. I had to have running water. I had to have stabilized parking, and I had to have bathrooms.
Yep.
All right. That we're talking 12 years ago.
Yes.
I had that food truck. All right. None of that has changed. And maybe some of this stuff needs to change, but it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
So it sounds like with the magistrate doing what they had to do, that's the rule. It sounds like there was certain things that were corners that were cut, and hopefully they can come to a resolution. But the rules are pretty clear, and you can interpret it in your favor, how you want to interpret it in your favor. You went to a magistrate. The magistrate still said that. So I'm like I said, I don't want to hold back any small businesses, and I don't want to affect anyone's property rights.
Yeah.
But the county has ways of getting you there if you choose to use them.
Yeah.
Or if you try and go around them and you get caught, you usually know it.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with you. In my experience, I guess mobile food service, we had hot dog carts in our family that I worked with for a period of time, and that was the deal. You had to have a location where you had access to a bathroom with running water, and you had to have access to running water in order to stand up there. And so that was always the goal, was to find a location that would let you set up where there's running water. And I know the parking lot issue has been a big point of contention, but my question when I saw that building go down was, where's the running water?
And I don't know.
Because that was always the sticking point. When we were in, through family members, we helped out with hot dog carts. So, I mean, I really feel for them. I know that they're really passionate about this project, and I hope that they can come to a resolution with it, and I hope that they can be successful with it. It's cool to see people in that
any
area
change
again.
of use. Any change of use requires you to bring it up to code.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what was there before. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a food truck port.
No, it wasn't.
Any change of use, you have to bring it up to code. And that's a Florida state thing. That's not a county thing. That's not a city thing. Any change of use, if you're going into business and you're doing a change of use, if you're in the city, you go to Friday review. And if you're in the county, you go to DRC. So that is, just a little bit of new advice for new business people. That's how you have to manage it to get the result you want to get.
Yeah.
You get a different result, that means you tried to go in a different pattern with the system. I don't know if there's ADA parking there. I don't, like I said, I don't know enough about it to be too critical, but I can tell you if they'd went through DRC, they would have been very open and honest about this is what's required.
Yeah.
So I've never known them, and I've been through DRC and I've been through Friday reviews many, many times, and I've never known them to be not forthcoming on what's required for you to open your business.
Yeah, the building that was there was an emergency vet clinic for the longest time.
It's a change of use then.
And so it wasn't food service, and I mean it is, I guess it's still commercial, but it was an emergency vet clinic for
It's
a
a
decade
change.
or so.
It's a change. Just that moment alone makes it a change of use. So it has to be brought up to a new code. So,
Okay.
that's just.
Tim is saying there's running water on site and there's bathrooms in that there are porta potties.
So, yeah. No, I mean that's good. They're getting there.
Yeah.
But you still have a process to go through that you have to do that. And like I said, because it is a change of use, it is going to be required to brought up to code.
Right on.
So unless there's some exemption that can be given on this meeting from the county commissioner.
Yeah.
But don't be mad at the staff for the staff doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Code.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I wish them all the best. I hope that they can come to a resolution on this because it would be cool to have something there that's popular and gives food trucks a place to start out and take off.
Oh, I know, and I love a good food truck. I mean, there's some very talented people that work out a food truck, Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spencer, why don't you set up there so I can just walk down?
Yeah. No, so I mean, I definitely don't. I want them to get there, but I don't want them to villainize people doing their job when I don't know the intent. But a lot of times people are like, I'm not going through that process and just seeing what's happening.
I don't.
It's like a kid not expecting to get caught. And then when he gets caught, he gets mad. So.
Have you been hanging out at my house?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Been around kids.
1 day or 2 days or so.
Yeah.
All right. Former St. Augustine mayor recalls firestorm of 1998. As wildfires continue to threaten our region, those who lived through Florida's most devastating fire season are speaking out and drawing stark comparisons to today. Firefighters are already comparing this season to the catastrophic fires of 1998, a year when more than 500,000 acres burned across the state of Florida. Lynn Weeks remembers it well. He served as mayor of St. Augustine from 1995 to 2000, putting him in the middle of the crisis when the fires tore through the region. There was a lot of fire. There was a lot of concern, Weeks recalls. The fires were raging across the county. The World Golf Village had a lot of fires out in that area. While St. Augustine itself was largely spared, the surrounding areas of St. Johns County were not, and the worst of it hit just to the south. Palm Coast and Flagler County bore the brunt of the 1998 fires, forcing the entire county to evacuate. Jacksonville to the north was also burning. When all was said and done, the fires destroyed roughly 70 homes and scorched more than 87,000 acres in Flagler County alone. Weeks drove into the evacuation zone himself to assess the situation firsthand, and what he witnessed along US 1 has stayed with him ever since. Quote, "These tall trees, the upper limbs caught fire, and the limbs just started flying across the road," he said. "They'll burn, and then the wind will carry them across the road, and a fire will start on the other side." That happened all the way up and down US 1. The crisis forced Weeks to make a painful decision, canceling St. Augustine's 4th of July fireworks that year, a blow to the tourism industry, but one he says was necessary after seeing the devastation just next door. Now, with wildfires once again threatening Northeast Florida, Weeks has a simple but urgent message for residents. If they tell you to evacuate, you should. As we've seen in California and Hawaii, when those fires start, there's not much you can do. You just have to get out of the way, protect yourself. Officials say the comparison to 1998 should be taken seriously and urge all residents to stay informed, heed evacuation orders if issued, and not underestimate the speed at which wildfires can spread. They can move so fast. It's scary how fast they can move.
Especially with the way the winds. It was so nice to have actual rain the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So, no, I remember these well. This was like the first time I had to work the EOC, Emergency Operating Center.
Yeah.
It was my first experience with that. A couple of years later, Floyd came along and stuff like that. But it was a tough time. I mean, there was ash on your cars. It was a tough time. So And from the mayor front, I have some news from last night's meeting. Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein evidently announced that she will not be running for mayor again, her reelection.
All right.
So, yeah, I think she served almost 16 years, and
okay,
good for her. And thank you for your service.
Yep, absolutely.
Her and Raj can go have a good time.
Enjoy it. All right, Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got Gate at US 1 North at $3.96. We've got Sunoco on North Ponce de Leon Boulevard at $3.99. Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevards at $4.17. Shell at 146 King Streets at $4.17. Gate at Mizell Roads at $4.19. Circle K on US 1 North is $4.19. Circle K on 207 is $4.19. And all others are cowards and won't post their price. That Gas Buddy Gas Report is brought to you by the 904 Now merch store. Want to rep a local favorite and stay in the now? Check out the 904 Now merch store and show your support for St. Johns County's premier news and entertainment network. From shirts and hats to exclusive gear, it's the perfect way to stay connected to the community and represent where you're from. Whether you're watching the shows or out around on the town, there's something for every fan. Shop the full collection today at the 904 Now app in the Apple App Store or online at 904nowmerch.myshopify.com. All right, live music today. We've got St. Augustine Cocktail Fest at Embassy Suites at 11 a.m. J.C. Hatfield is at Milltop Tavern at noon. Richard Kanicki is at Cafe Alcazar at 12:15. Miriam Morelli is at Embassy Suites at 1. Shyla Nelson is at Tradewinds at 1. Kelp is at Embassy Suites at 2:15. Furman Spanish Guitar is at Pizzali's at 3 o'clock. Sean Ryan is at Embassy Suites at 3:30. John Q is at Milltop Tavern at 4:30. Kumbe Sonico is at Embassy Suites at 4:45. What are these 15-minute?
Sonico.
Kumbe Sonico?
Kumbe Sonico.
Embassy Suites at 4:45.
Could be completely murdering that one.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Joe Targrove is at Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5 o'clock. Mark Hart is at Tradewinds at 5 o'clock. Claire Van Diver is at 17 King at 6 o'clock. Jeremy Weinglass is at Michael's at 6 o'clock. Smoke and Joe Showers at Ann O'Malley's at 6 o'clock. Los Morelos is at Colonial Oaks at 6. Sean Ryan again at Hornsky's at 7. Dewey Vaya is at the Tides at 7 o'clock. Marin Morris is at Ponte Vedra Concert Hall at 7:30. Andy Thomas at Cafe 11 at 8 o'clock. And Matt Wilson is at Cortesi's at 8 o'clock. That's a lot for a Tuesday.
Well, yeah, there was a lot for, the Embassy Suites thing.
Yeah.
Threw everything off. So Marion Morris did back-to-back days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
All right.
Awesome.
Ponte Vedra Concert Hall.
That music report brought to you by Canaan Law Attorneys. When life takes an unexpected turn, trust the team St. Augustine has relied on for over 30 years. Canaan Law, whether it's serious injury, criminal charge, family dispute, or civil litigation, their experienced attorneys provide compassionate guidance and aggressive representation every step of the way. Led by partners Patrick Canaan, Andrew Morgan, and Daniel Hilbert, the firm is known for trusted results and strong community roots. Free consultations are available for personal injury and criminal defense. Call 904-849-2266. Canaan Law, legal guidance you can count on when it matters most. All right, so tapping into the trends. I don't know if we made a decision. Are we going heartwarming or are we going wild?
We went with the croc.
Okay, wild time then.
Yeah, we went with the croc.
All right. So
We'll do heartwarming maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Save that one.
Yeah, heartwarming Wednesday.
Yeah.
Heartwarming hump day.
For hump day.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, I sent you a video, Blake. There is a hungry crocodile that was captured on video breaking and entering into a hotel kitchen. So a jaw-dropping footage from hotel in Zimbabwe that touts its ambiance for varied African wildlife shows a massive crocodile climbing into the property's kitchen in the wee small hours of the morning. The video, filmed by employee of Rainbow Tourism Group Limited, shows the terrifying reptile climbing into the kitchen from a dining area in Azambezi River Lodge. The source told the Storyful that the
It does look like the hotel we stayed at, Blake.
The unexpected visitor was sighted on April 17th. The incident happened in the quiet early morning hours around 4:45 before any guest services had commenced. At this time, the restaurant was closed and no activity was in the hotel. The hotel located in Victoria Falls later wrote on Facebook that the crocodile was safely returned to the river the same day thanks to our fantastic team and National Parks and Wildlife. They also said safety protocols were in place. Holy crap, that's a huge crocodile.
I didn't think it was until you just showed that video. But Blake, I think that was the hotel we stayed at in Zimbabwe. It was the Zambezi. So
yeah,
I think that was it.
That was it.
The tile. Sorry, I was looking at the tile and not the crocodile. But it was right there. Right there.
Yeah.
So that'd have been an awkward way to wake up.
That would have been an interesting way to, you're going down for your morning coffee and instead you see that big old crocodile tail.
The next, and you're right there. I mean, there's wildlife all around it. I mean, our balcony, we could hear the big cats in the reserve.
Yeah.
Like they were that close. Yeah, I think that might have been it. That's where you tried the warthog.
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
At that hotel.
Well, evidently the kitchen is renowned by not just humans, also nature.
Wow. I mean, they said they returned it, but crocodile was on the menu that night.
Crocktail.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. All right, that happened to the trends is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. When the unexpected happens, turn to the name St. Augustine Trust. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced, compassionate team moves fast to help you or your loved one get out of jail and back home. They handle everything from paperwork to release with professionalism, discretion, and zero judgment. When every minute counts, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. All right, back into the news. State Education Commissioner battles St. Johns County Superintendent. A public clash between Florida's Education Commissioner and St. Johns County School Superintendent is intensifying, and now Superintendent Dr. Brennan Asplin is firing back. Last week, Education Commissioner Anastasios Kamoutsas, I'm so sorry for the names today. Terrible.
They're not easy.
Posted a sharply worded letter on social media accusing Asplin of encouraging teachers to pressure lawmakers against the state's private school voucher program and calling his leadership into question. Kamoutsas cited allegations from teachers who claimed Asplin urged staff to target named legislatures with complaints and vote them out of office, allegedly at a meeting held at Osceola Elementary School this month. But Asplin says he learned about the accusations the wrong way. I was taken aback when an executive assistant and our executive director of communications alerted me to your post on X prior to your letter arriving to me, Asplin wrote in a response dated April 25th. The media outlets began calling me before I was even able to read and process your issues. In his written response obtained by News4Jax, Asplin flatly denies ever encouraging staff to vote lawmakers out of office. He asked the commissioner for specific examples of so-called divisive or inaccurate statements and framed his communications as fact-based transparency for the community he serves. How is it divisive to present facts? Asplin wrote. Do you have any specific examples of an inaccurate representation that it was given? At the heart of Asplin's argument is money. Where is it going? The district is now facing a projected deficit of up to $23 million for the 2026-2027 school year, leading to the elimination of 22 district positions and 130 instructional and non-instructional positions despite continued enrollment growth. Asplin says the Department of Education and Step Up for Students have indicated that roughly $250 million in voucher-related taxpayer funds are unaccounted for statewide. He also raised a critical concern that some families received vouchers but ultimately chose to keep their children in public schools. Those districts, including St. Johns County, have been educating those students without receiving the corresponding funding. We haven't received the funds as of yet, and we are 1 month away from the end of 2025-2026 school year, Asplin wrote. Asplin says he supports school choice and competition, but argues vouchers create an uneven playing field. Public schools face...
And it's not school choice at that point, if you don't have the voucher.
Public schools face extensive state mandates, he says, while private and homeschools receive taxpayer dollars with far less accountability and the ability to use selective admissions. That's it, kids. Not all of you are getting home educated this year.
Well,
let me continue.
We're still doing the story.
Yeah, the story.
Damn, you made this story too long, Blake.
He also took direct aim at how the commissioner chose to handle the dispute, calling it disappointing that Kamoutsas went on social media rather than picking up the phone. It is disappointing that our commissioner would not choose to communicate concerns directly to a fellow leader in lieu of posting an inflammatory blast on social media, Asplund wrote. Asplund says he will stand behind his statements, even if referred to professional practices, and is calling for direct collaboration between the Department of Education, legislators, and superintendents to address these funding issues for all students. For his part, Commissioner Kamoutsas maintains that Asplund's alleged comments represent inappropriate political pressure on school staff, but acknowledged his office has not opened a formal investigation because no teachers have been willing to sign a statement citing fear of retaliation. The St. Johns County School District has not issued an additional public comment beyond Asplund's letter.
All right. First off, Asplund is correct. He should have gotten that letter first. It should not be out on social media. That is not professional the way it was handled, if that is truly the way it was handled. The second thing, and you guys know I've been on this this thing about the vouchers. Dr. Asplund spoke at Rotary and almost indicated that it was the parents' fault that used the vouchers that's creating the deficit for the other children. That is just wrong. You shouldn't do that. If you're having shortfalls, don't blame it on the parents that are using the vouchers. And I warned him on that message months ago that the way he was messaging it, it's not right. And he's getting, sometimes you poke the bear and you get the claws, and it sounds like he's poking the bear a little too much. I understand exactly what you're going through with budgets. I had budget problems during 2008 and recessions, and you got to be creative. You got to figure out exactly what's going on. If you want help from the public, go to the items that cost you so much money. Like school districts required to have free lunch. They're required to have that. School districts required to have special needs. The school district does an amazing job, and St. Johns County School District's done an incredible job with special needs, but those things cost money. All right? Those are the real issues, and if you want public support, and we're in a very Republican county that you're representing, don't go after the vouchers. You have to be smarter politically in your strategy of how you're doing this. And he's poked the bear of a lot of people that affects a lot of people that are doing this, and almost casting blame on parents that are using these vouchers. And that's not a good strategy. And I'd strongly suggest you switch your strategy and start thinking creatively, because there's shortfalls in 67 counties. You're not the only one. And stop blaming the parents and the vouchers for your problem, and figure out your problem. You can't just whine about being sick and not take any medicine. So you got to start taking the medicine and start creating a treatment for it, because it's not going away.
A point of contention in the comments is that the public schools are required to have these services that private and charter homeschools aren't required to have, yet they're getting the same amount of money. But if memory serves, the vouchers are less.
They're not getting the same amount of money.
Okay.
The difference is about $5,000 gap.
Yep.
So between the two, they're not getting the same amount of money. The vouchers are worth about, I think, $8,200, and the per student allotment is like $14,000 to $15,000. So it's about a $5,000 to $6,000 gap.
Yeah.
So they're getting more money, but the argument should not be against the vouchers. The argument should be about state mandated requirements that they have to do that a lot of these other schools don't have to do. That's your argument. Don't attack the vouchers, attack the process of what they have to do and the actual services that are costing, that's breaking the bank.
Yeah.
It's the services that are required that's breaking the bank. It's not the vouchers. And, when you're in that type of job, and I was in that type of job for a long time, when you're in that type of job, your job is to serve everybody you're supposed to serve and still protect your employees. I'm not faulting him for trying to do that. I don't like his strategy.
Yeah.
So, and that was my conversation months ago. I don't like the strategy. There are things that are required by public schools, and the public schools here are great, and they're not for every kid. And I'll go back to it. It's our money, and we get to voice what we want to say.
So we just keep hearing about this projected deficit of $23 million, and we heard about 22 district positions being eliminated last week. We talked about 130 teachers that were getting eliminated. But when we go back to his statements in response to this letter going out on social media, he described, I was taken aback when my executive assistant and our executive director of communications, that indicates to me that there are multiple assistants and there are multiple directors of communications, much less communications officers. I mean, is that part of the bloat at the budgetary side? Is that part of the deficit? Is that how many assistants do you need?
Well, I mean,
to have an executive?
It is a big job, and I don't know what's required of those.
It's just,
but I mean,
it sounds to me like there's multiple people in positions that aren't educating children that, maybe we should streamline some of the administrative side. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I know. And that's always a bone of contention is sometimes jobs are created when they're not necessary. And I don't know if that's the case here. I mean, and I, that's the school district, the school board kind of has to keep an eye on that portion of it. We vote them in to keep an eye on that portion of it. So.
Right. Yeah. Moving on, St. Augustine teen.
And Jim, who a longtime friend of mine, he's saying he's not against vouchers. The program is horribly mismanaged. Might be so, but that's not what he said at Rotary. So just so we're clear, I was there. I was sitting there. I questioned his strategy. His strategy is not good, and it's coming into play of where he's wanting to attack this. Defend the kids. That's your job.
Yeah.
And defend the money, but don't target parents using the vouchers as the issue.
And I think your response is coming from actual conversations and hearing him explain issues like from his mouth, not from, a press release that was released or a letter that was released and vetted through, communications directors at all the levels.
It was a direct conversation.
It was him speaking directly to a group of people and Troy asking follow-up questions. And that's where he has the impression that he's not for voucher use or hold some sort of ill will towards parents that use it.
Yep.
Ready to close that one?
Yep, we can close that one. And I want money for our kids. I'm not gonna lie that, but don't change your strategy.
Right on. All right, St. Augustine teen allegedly pistol whips foe during condo brawl. Don't do that.
Oh boy.
17-year-old St. Augustine teen is facing serious charges after allegedly pistol whipping another teenager during a late-night brawl at a local condominium complex. The incident happened just after midnight on March 15th at the amenity area of the Florida Club, where several vehicles had gathered before a confrontation erupted between two groups of teens. What started as a verbal dispute quickly turned chaotic. Surveillance footage showed combatants approaching, separating, and re-engaging as the brawl unfolded. During the fight, investigators say one victim was knocked to the ground and struck repeatedly in the head with a glass bottle by another participant who had emerged from a nearby wooded area. That victim suffered significant head trauma and was rushed for emergency medical treatment, along with a second injured individual. At the same time, authorities allege a 17-year-old suspect entered the victim's vehicle during the chaos, and witnesses inside the car reported seeing him remove a handgun from the center console. Surveillance video reviewed by investigators reportedly shows the teen striking a victim in the head with an object consistent with a firearm. After his arrest, the teen admitted to taking the gun from inside the vehicle, swinging it during the confrontation, and leaving the scene with the weapon. He also told investigators he later dumped the firearm at his residence. The teen was charged last week with armed burglary, grand theft of a firearm, aggravated battery, and additional related charges. A separate suspect accused of the bottle attack was also arrested in connection with the incident.
Yeah.
Dude.
These young, I mean, yeah. No, I mean, it's a tough way to start your life.
Yeah.
Life's hard enough.
Why are you doing this?
Life's hard enough. I mean, and, you know, and the bright side is he didn't shoot the firearm.
That is the bright side.
The bright side is.
But does that count with a firearm used in connection with, you know, if it's felony assault?
You can't brandish unless you're
unless it's self-defense, right?
Self-defense or someone's coming at you. I mean, there's a lot of variables that can happen in this. I mean, it's just, you know, at 17, starting with this on your back.
Yeah.
Especially if he gets charged as an adult. Well,
this is on top of charges last week for armed burglary, grand theft of a firearm, aggravated battery, and additional related charges. Mm-hmm. So this arrest is in addition to all those things?
I can't.
After his arrest, he admitted to all these things. The team was charged last week. Is that last week for all of these actions?
That's when the charges probably might have been actually applied.
Dude.
So they were probably putting the case together.
Okay.
So.
Man, that's wild. Don't do that. Like, can't we all just get along? Troy, how do you want to check the comments?
On this Martes, which is Filipino for Monday, I will toil and tear into the tumultuous topics, which today we had some, tendered by the Titans on the 904 Now.
That tumultuous tear is brought to you by B&S Signs. For over 50 years, family-owned B&S Signs has been the trusted name in signage across St. Augustine and the surrounding area. From vinyl lettering to large pylon signs, B&S Signs does it all, backed by fast installation, expert crane service, and reliable repair and maintenance to keep signs looking their best. Named Business of the Year for 2025, B&S Signs is known for quality craftsmanship and top-level service. Make a lasting impression with B&S Signs. Visit bnssigns.com because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Right, Troy? Give us a comments report.
All right. So it is Pay It Forward Day. And some people put that out there for the post. It's seems like a scenario, ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Yeah.
I think that might apply there. And a lot of us have used it many times. A lot of controversy going back and forth with what's happening with the superintendent, and a lot of fun comments. And Tim, I think, was first comment. And Rebecca, I think, appealed that. Because
I can do a screenshot.
I went back, and I normally am not a person that sticks up for her, but she was first comment on mine.
Yeah, I've got a screenshot. I can show you. Yeah. Tim was first comment on mine.
There you go. And I didn't even get the Tim high.
Yeah, I got the Tim high.
It started with Good Morning 904.
Yeah.
With mine. So
right
the Tim and clearly on yours, and you are the judge.
I am the judge.
So we have vouched and confirmed Tim was first comment.
I have scrolled to the top.
Yes.
Sorry for the controversy.
Yeah.
It always seems to happen.
Thank you, amazing Amanda. We got to get a better superhero
terrible
name. That was.
Can't ask me that early in the morning.
That was not your best effort.
It was not.
Not
we have a sort of stat.
All right. The Stodem stat today, and there was several to choose from today, and sometimes, like Stodem stats, there's a bunch to choose from, and some they're just like, oh, that's horrible. but there was a bunch to choose from. This one I went with in 1789, Mutiny on the Bounty. The Bounty mutiny took place. Master mate Fletcher Christian took over the Bounty with a lot of his mates and the seamen that were there. No comments. And they set afloat Captain Bligh and 17 other members in a boat and gave them food and provisions. They thought they were sending them to their death, but Captain Bligh made it. And after traveling 3,000 miles or something like that, they made it to shore. And being on that boat for about 40 days with very little food. But here's the interesting part that people don't understand in the history of this. Mm-hmm. Captain Bligh had 3 mutinies against him. This was not the only one.
This is not a great leader.
This is not the only one. And he made it back to England. They sent him back to the same area. All right. But Fletcher knew that the British were looking for him, and some of the guys stayed behind there in Tahiti, and they got caught. 3 of them got sent to England and got hung. But Fletcher made it to an island called Pitcairn, and 1 man survived the illnesses and all that and was caught 40 years later. His name was John Adams, and he was there. He was the only sole survivor after the mutiny that was actually caught there, and he was on an island full of women and children. So, good job, John.
So on this day, seamen were ejected.
Yes.
That's Stardom Stat brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue.
I didn't say that. Amazing Amanda did.
Craving real Southern barbecue, Sonny's Barbecue, located at 2720 State Road 16 in St. Augustine, serves up slow-smoked favorites made to satisfy. Start with crowd pleasers like barbecue pork egg rolls, smoked wings, or crispy corn nuggets. Then dig into their tender baby back ribs, or try one of the Pitmaster's picks with all the classic sides, including that famous garlic bread. And no visit is complete without Sonny's signature sweet tea. Sonny's Barbecue, local Pitmaster since 1968. All right, plugs, Troy.
All right, plugs. We do have Bollocks tonight. We have an interesting show. A lot of stuff going on in the world. Hopefully, gas prices will come down eventually.
Eventually.
We'll see. Yeah, because they don't come down before the midterm. Woo.
We'll see.
Woo. Woo. Could be ugly.
We'll see. I don't know.
I'm gonna wave. Blake, do you have any plugs? Sorry.
Yeah, dude. If you want to help support the Now for Now or bringing podcasts to our studio, you can always contact me at blake9fornow@gmail.com. 3 more days until the month of May. So,
there
you go.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and Rumble. Bollocks tonight. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
I gotta go steam something.